Let's see. We have a bed over here. That's what the day bed's for. We want to move it over here. In doing so, we're going to move all these books over here. Looking at it, the frame might stick too far out for the walkway, so we might have to move the bed over here. We'll see what happens. Ready? This project did not go 100% to plan. I should have jointed and then planed these down. I originally wanted to stain this project, but the way the wood lays when it's glued up, it left gaps. So this will be a paint project. Here's the frame, the bed. It's fairly simple. It's just a 2x4 frame. I think my miter saw blade is out of alignment. Everything says 0 and 90, but it didn't cut that way. I had to put in this cross brace to get everything perfectly 90. Here are the legs. Since I'm putting 2 legs together to form 1, I'm cutting 8 of these. Then I'm notching out 4 of the 8. So the frame is going to sit in this notch. Gluing up the legs was more difficult than I thought. When I used a clamp, the boards would shift, and I could not figure out a way to get them to stop. I tried different clamps, and ultimately I got frustrated and decided just to grab a nail gun and shoot it together, and then of course then it stayed perfectly fine. There's all 8. I'm just trying to be efficient with clamps. Here is the tops of the legs. The legs are attached with mitered corners and a rail going across the top. So I took this board, cut some 45s in it, cut some 45s in the legs. You can see the notch where the frame is going to sit in. Here you can see how the leg assemblies go up and the frame just kind of sits in that notch. I wanted to be able to break this down if I needed to. So I'm just screwing the frame to the legs. Here's a trick if you're working by yourself. You can use a clamp to hold up one side of a board while you're screwing in the other side, then come back, remove the clamp, and screw in the first. My first thought was to rabbet the inside of all these sections and drop in a piece of plywood. That's why I have this recessed the way it is. If I rabbited it out, I think where these come together would look a little weird, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Instead, I think I'm just going to run cleats around all the sections and put the plywood in that way. I'm using a piece of 3/4 inch plywood, which is the same thickness as the boards I'm about to put in here, as a spacer, just so I can have everything nice and flush to the rails. Just want to take a second and say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, make a comment, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. Thanks. My wife is informing me that this is not a day bed.
It's a couch with a dream of being a bed.
It's a couch with...
It's a bed. You gotta say that all again. It's a bed with a dream of being a couch.
It's a bed with the dream of being a couch. I was originally going to stain it, but I can't anymore because of the way the legs glued up with some cracks and stuff like that. Also the nails, I'm going to fill those holes. And the wood itself just isn't that great. If I were to do this again, I probably wouldn't do it out of 2x4s. Even though I picked really pretty ones, I'd probably just save up the money and buy 4x4s of cedar or something. We will eventually upholster this. We're going to make tailored back cushions for back here so it looks more like a couch and less like a day bed. Because it is not a day bed.
Yes, it is.
Contrary to everyone else's opinion in my house. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Yeah.